but the pillars are so far apart, and against a team with a lot of range, such as MIR here with the Shadow Priest and the Mage, it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually manage to get all those drinks in that he was using last time, or if it's even going to matter if they're just going to burst somebody down in a hurry at the start.
All right, gates are about to open. Let's hear it for both teams. All right, so that is going to be MIR. That is going to be up 1-0 right now. No Lifer starting out in Invis, trying to find his target, tossing up those living bombs right away to try to get all those brain freeze procs. But it looks like he just wants to fish some procs while sitting behind the pillar, waiting out the start.
Yeah, Thugonomics actually not rushing in here, which, never mind, there he goes. That was a little bit unlike him at the start. He's been going just completely all in at the start in most of the matches. There's the offensive Ring of Peace, but he is going to pull back here a little bit. He doesn't want to get in too deep and get himself out of line of sight from his healer. Look at Danny Carey in the back there, just trying to stay as close to a pillar as possible. And this is why I was a little bit confused by this map choice. It's so far away that it's hard for him to really hug a pillar as much as he wants to.
Yeah, I think that the plan was to force the enemy team to hide behind a pillar, and then they could do this. They can spread out, leave the Shaman in the midfield with the healer way in the back. Zuniaki having to trinket right there, taking a lot of damage after getting disarmed. But he's down to half right now already, you know, not using too many cooldowns other than that trinket, though.
Yeah, looks like there's a bark skin as well on him, but otherwise he's going to stabilize here really quick. There's a little bit of damage going down on No Lifer, but nothing too scary. Thugonomics did get caught in a cyclone there, which put a damper on that really quickly.
Now, it looks like they did want to try to do something offensive because we see the Heart of the Wild on the Druid already, and he's not really doing anything with it. Of course, it does have that increased healing, but it looks like they are going to be going on to Zuniaki again. Having that warrior on you constantly as a Shadow Priest is no fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shadow Priests are one of the least mobile classes in the game right now. And anything with an interrupt that can just sit on you and keep punching you every time you try to Vampiric Touch, it's just hard to actually get anything accomplished as a Shadow Priest in that situation.
All right, now you can see
that Thugonomic's taking a whole lot of damage. Yeah, he does have to heroic leap away. He is going to be able to line of sight around this pillar and will get healed back up. But that was a dangerous hit there for a second. And it doesn't look like he had to use too much in the way of cooldowns to stay alive.
Yeah, Rallying Cry is just about it. You know, that was a great choice right there. As you see Danny Carey pushing in, wanting to toss out a little bit of damage also. Looks like they are going to try to get back onto Zuniaki. But Minpyoke is doing a great job of sticking behind that back pillar, using the LOS perfectly. He hasn't put himself in a bad situation whatsoever so far. Stormlash Totem coming down. They were trying to get some burst out, but immediately Minpyoke finds that totem and is able to Cyclone the warrior to stop that damage.
Yeah, once again, did have to use Bark Skin, but the cooldown is so short on that it's really not that huge of a deal when it's just a Bark Skin that actually comes out. And wow, there's actually a Life Cocoon out on Novos.
Yeah,
I wonder what that's
he got stunned with no way out of it. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
wow, Novos taking so much damage right now as we... Look at that! The blanket counterspell onto Danny Carey. Wow, Novos is in so much trouble in these matches.
Yeah, and where is all this burst? I mean, obviously, Mage, Shadow Priest, capable of lots of burst, but they're lining things up so incredibly well. Thugonomics is still trying to do what he can, just like he did in the previous match, but I don't know how much can actually be done here, but it's just so much burst coming out of the Shadow Priest. He gets the 3 orbs, he gets Devouring Plague up, and that's when No Lifer decides to go all in as well. It's just so much damage in such a big hurry that this team is obviously not expecting.
Yeah, the coordination is great. You know, we didn't see that telegraphed very much at all. Of course, we did see the crowd control onto Danny, which he was able to trinket, but then immediately the follow-up blanket silence is what killed him.
Yeah, it's just that short burst of super... Wow, he actually went down to 700 health there for a second. It's just that super short burst of incredible